Greetings, Mason Storm here. On today's episode, we're going to be making some chocolate ganache. You can use this as icing on your cake. You can dip stuff in it. Pretty good stuff. Let's see how it's made. For our ingredients, I have 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 1/4 cups of cocoa powder, and 2 cups of heavy cream. It has to be heavy cream. For the heating of our cream, I'm going to be doing the old double boiler method. So I have the pot of water on the stove with the bowl in the top, because you really don't want to overheat your cream. And the double boiler is the easiest way to prevent that from happening, because if you cook your cream, it kind of separates and it's kind of a bit of a pain. So just dump your cream into the bowl, and because of the double boiler, it can't really go hotter than the boiling temperature of water, so therefore you can't really burn it. And we're just going to heat our cream till it's nice and hot. Maybe we give it a little bit of a stir here and there. But once we get up to a nice warm temperature, we're able to add in our chocolate. Now I'm just using cocoa powder because it's quite convenient. I don't have to cut up chunks of baker's chocolate or anything too crazy, too fancy, nothing super exciting that way. And as far as controlling the richness factor of your end product, it's simply a matter of controlling the ratio. Now the closer you get to 1:1, the more extremely rich it's going to be, but you can scale that back and then it's nice and silky, a little bit smoother, not as harsh. But sometimes I like having that little bit of a bitter chocolate ganache, because I think it really adds to the cake, giving it a little bit more of a contrast. If everything all tastes the same, it's pointless. It's just decorative. But if you have some sort of contrasting flavor in your cake, it's just that extra little bit more fancy, a little bit more special. And that's always a good thing. And once our chocolate is all nice and melted, we add our other ingredients, our sugar and our salt. Our salt just kind of really brings out the flavor. And the sugar, if you want a little bit sweeter, go for it. Double down on the sugar. You could put 1/2 cup in for this amount, and that'd probably be fantastic. But I was really going for that more contrasty type flavor. So then we just keep stirring it till we get a nice, good blend going on here, that there's no more chunks of any form of chocolate. A little bit more liquidy. And there we go. We have our chocolate ganache. And while it's nice and hot, you can pour it on your, well, maybe let it cool off a little bit. You can pour it right on your cake and then kind of do the whole icing process. So that's chocolate ganache, and maybe give it a little bit of a try with a spoon before you fully commit to anything. If it needs to be a little bit sweeter, it's easy to add sugar now before you're making your cake and realize that it was a little bit extreme. So this is just a chocolate cake that I threw together. I couldn't find my 9-inch pan, so I think this is a 12-inch, and that's why it doesn't really fit on the plate very well, which really made applying this form of icing incredibly difficult. So if you're making your own, do something better than this, because I really struggled with this icing process. Probably should have made cupcakes. You can't really screw up cupcakes in the same way that you can with icing a cake. It's also a little bit thick because I was really going with that ultra rich formula. So there you go, chocolate ganache. Let me know how you guys make it in the comments. If you like my content, please like and subscribe, and you can watch more of this stuff. And until next time, stay awesome.